Hello, beautiful, beautiful beings. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm sharing this video because I wanted to introduce myself first a little bit and then also share with you my intention behind this channel. My name is Letizia, and I'm a yoga and meditation teacher and a Reiki practitioner. And for a year or so already now, I started to dive into the teaching and the wisdom of womb healing and womb awakening. And also in the next years, I will be diving even deeper and into that into these teachings, and hopefully be able to share all this wisdom with as many beautiful women as possible. And so my intention behind this channel was actually well, I've been wanting to do that for some time now. Been wanting to share guided meditations for a long time, and also share practices, because for me really meditation and yoga have been very, very important practices and tools to come back to myself. Especially a few years back, I found myself in a situation in my life where my whole life was turned upside down, and everything I identified myself with just fell away. Like it just from one day to another, it like disappeared, all of it. And so it really felt like the floor beneath my feet was pulled away, and I was falling into this very, very deep dark hole, and it seemed like there was no way out of there. And so in those moments, yoga and meditation really were my anchor. And that's why yoga hasn't just only changed my life, it has really saved my life. And so when I started to share these teachings, or I wanted to share these teachings, because I yeah, it has given me so much, and I thought that hopefully by sharing that if people find themselves in the same or similar situations, it might give them also some hope, and it will help them to come back to themselves, and help them keep going and find that strength to keep going. And now about sharing online was the idea, because for some time now, I have recognized this pattern of people that I've been teaching, that most of the people, they were all looking for a break. They're all looking to find this space, like to find space for themselves, to have more space and more time for themselves, and to they wanted to go out of that busy life, busy world, busy lifestyle we're living in. And also a lot of young people are suffering from burnouts, and that really had me alarming. I was like, this is not normal. That at such a young age, we're already suffering from these kind of things. And so it's obviously like we're living in this busy world where it's all about just doing and doing, and there's no space for these beautiful feminine qualities like being and feeling. And so that's why I thought it's important to help people to get a practice to start meditating. And yeah, and what does meditation do, and how can, like, what does it do with our body, and why do we even meditate? So meditation is really a practice of mindfulness, and it helps us come back to this present moment. And it also helps us to come back to our own being, and it calms down our nervous system, And by that, it really helps us to find this clarity, find peace and calmness within. And there's so many different types of meditation. There are guided meditations, there are silent meditations, movement meditation, all sorts of meditation. And it's also amazing and beautiful because every person is different, and it's good to find out for yourself which practice resonates mostly with yourself. So it's good to give it a try to different practices to find out what suits you best and what brings you mostly or best into that space of presence and a space of clarity and calmness. And a lot of times when I ask people if they meditate, a lot of people say, I don't know how to meditate. Like I cannot meditate because my mind is too busy and I cannot calm down my thoughts. So I don't know how to do it. And then, it seems like they get frustrated and then stop doing it. So I really want to encourage everyone to see that, like to give it a different approach to meditation, because in the end, I always say, like, everything can be a meditation. Anything can be a meditation. Cooking can be a meditation. Eating, dancing, painting, walking in nature, hiking. So anything can actually be a meditation whenever it brings you back to the present moment and to that full awareness and that state of fully being mindful. So that's why it doesn't have to be just sitting still and having no thoughts at all. It's not about that. So that's why I encourage you to start to find for yourself this practice that really brings you to this present moment. And also about that we have the idea that we need to have like no thoughts at all. That can be so um, difficult, right? And it kind of like turns us away from that because we're obviously very busy and have a lot of thoughts. So meditation and also mindfulness, it's not about having no thoughts at all. It's actually about observing these thoughts, acknowledging these thoughts, like knowing that they are there, but not attaching to these thoughts, and to not get lost in these thoughts, and to not let these thoughts overtake your whole being. And by just simply observing these thoughts, we do not give them any power. Like, we acknowledge that they are there, but we create this distance. And by creating that distance, we realize we are not these thoughts. So we don't let these thoughts overtake us. Like, we become the master of our own mind and not the other way around. And it's not about also suppressing or ignoring these thoughts. It's knowing that they're there, but again, like, not being attached to these thoughts. And the same thing actually happens with emotions and all the sensations. It's very important to not suppress the emotions, everything that is present with us. Quite the opposite, but to really feel everything that we need to feel. So any emotion that can come up, like sadness, fear, or anxiety, to not try to suppress that, because we tend to do that. We tend to ignore things as soon as it gets complicated or we feel at an unease. We tend to find distractions and suppress these things. But by doing that, it will only get worse because they keep on coming up, because obviously there's something we haven't addressed yet. And it's mostly trauma, like very old trauma, that comes up. So by actually sitting in meditation and really feeling everything, we address it. Like, we finally start to be aware of what is there present with us. And by sitting in with that and breathing into that, we can then transform all these emotions, and we don't let them take over us, but we let love to we cultivate love and let that come out. And so yeah, by that being said, especially when you're new to this practice, it can be very helpful to have guided meditations. And also, if you've been practicing for a long time, it's also nice every once in a while to get some guided meditations. And so that's why that was my intention, to help people start this practice and to be guided on this path and in this practice. And especially in these times that we're like, everything that is happening right now on a planetary level is really just like the perfect time to share even more these practices. And as I said, I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, but also I believe and trust in divine timing, and I know that this is the right moment to do all of this. And I was asking, like, how can I be best of service to the collective? And for me, that is very clear, that to be best of service is to be grounded and to find that state of clarity and peace within. And from that space of clarity, I can then share love, and I can hold space, and I can be there for other people. And so that's why I also encourage you and invite you to practice meditation, because it can also give you that state of clarity and grounding. And from that place, we can be there for the vulnerable, we can be there for the people that need help. But to give, we first need to give ourselves. So so that's why it's important to be alert, to stay precautious with everything that is happening right now. But it's also so important to feed ourselves with love and with healthy thoughts, and do not let fear take over. Because fear can be like a poison. The more attention and power we give it to, the more it enters our whole being, and the more difficult it is to get out of there. So it's really important to cultivate love and let love shine through us. And from that place, we can then give it into the to the world, like, and like anything that is your medicine, anything that you have to share with this world, like all of your gifts that you have to share with this world, can be best done in this space of clarity and space of love, and not out of fear. So that's why I really encourage everyone to just really come back to ourselves and use this precious time, that it's really precious in the sense of we come back to union. We remember that we are all interconnected, and we come together and we help each other, we support each other, and by supporting each other we can raise all together. So it's really an important time in the planet right now. It's not anymore about the individual, it's really about the collective. Like, how can I be of service to the collective? And so that's why this is my gift to you, to be of service and to hold space and to share these teachings. And yeah, but still I want to like say like that, yeah, this is also all, like I'm so happy to share my gift and my time with you, but it's also like, you know, like any energy exchange is always welcome. Yeah, so yeah, this is my intention behind this channel, and I really hope it resonates with you, and that it can really bring you back to this space of love and of clarity. And please share it also with as many people, and with all the people that you think need some grounding and need some love. Yeah, I thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm really excited about this journey we're embarking together. And I send you all so much love. And yeah, thank you so much. I love you all. Mwah.